IntellectualRadio.com, joining my better half, who was the birthday boy yesterday. Yeah, he had a birthday, and we're going to
I gotta say happy birthday, yeah, happy birthday, man.
yeah, we're going to celebrate it for on Thanksgiving, a holiday that we always love and treasure because it is so special. A lot of times, Thanksgiving is now, it used to be really acknowledged. Now it has gotten caught up behind Halloween. You look up and then they're going right into Christmas. So Thanksgiving kind of gets neglected. But they skip right over it. But we definitely try to acknowledge it because it is definitely a time with everything that's going on in this world. We try to acknowledge the fact of being of gratitude.
There you go.
And I think a lot of people forget that, being so grateful for so many things. Like Ed always says, what do you say above?
Any day above ground is a good day.
That's what I'm saying. So we are so excited to still be working this weekend. I worked on my upcoming holiday CD, trying to get it completed and finished, and we're going to definitely have it for the show on the 3rd at Buddy Guy's. I am Buddy Guy's doing two shows. It is 700 South Wabash. And we got two shows, 6 o'clock, no, 5:15 to about 6.
Yeah, write that down,
30,
everybody.
and then 6:45 to 8. No cover charge. All you do is enjoy some of the good food. Their food is wonderful. So as far as parking, you find where you can park. They have several places out on the street, but also they have several parking lots.
Parking lots.
Yeah, all up in that area where you can find to park. So we want to hear how do you feel being? We're going to talk about this, gratitude and Thanksgiving coming up, and how grateful we are to have each other in each other's lives. And just until Emmanuel Pugh Jr. calls in about 6:30 to share with us his upcoming fight at the Blue Chip Casino, which is this coming Friday at 7 o'clock. And we are so proud of that. He's got a whole lot of good stuff going on. So he's going to call in about 6:30 and share his thoughts on his upcoming fight.
Nimnon Warrior.
Yeah. So share with us, Ed, how do you feel being a year older?
A year older?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And why is that?
Because the alternative sucks. No, I love getting old. Someone said, man, getting old it's terrible. I said, no, I love it. I'm planning on keep on doing it, if you don't mind. No, I getting older, it's been a real big eye opener for me. I seem to kind of accept it and relish in it because you get older, you get wiser, you get more in control of yourself, and you realize if you really take care of yourself, everything you always done. Maybe, not as much, but you can.
You do quite a bit now.
Yeah. My thing is that you should always keep moving because, object in motion always stays in motion.
Yeah.
And your body tends to adapt to what you do. If you're not doing anything, it'll shut down on you.
Yeah.
So my thing is to stay busy, stay contributing, stay living. If you can't find something to do something anyway. Keep your mind moving. Always trying to get better at whatever it is that you do. If nobody's paying you to do it for free.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're doing something, because that's what you were put here to do. You're a creative type person. And everyone who creates don't need as much sleep. People who are very, very busy and very artistic and are always into something, they don't sleep much.
I only noticed that. That's me.
They don't sleep much because they can work to 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning on a project and they don't get sleepy because they're busy. And your spirit and your subconscious mind, your energy is always geared towards creating something. And as long as you're doing that, it will give you the energy to do it. Because the universe will never ask you to do something without giving whatever it is you need to do with. So, you ever notice that people who are always tired, always sleeping, they're very inactive people. So the subconscious, so the spirit says, well, if you're not doing anything, we might as well shut down. Because we're not contributing to the society, and we're not doing what we were sent here to do. So we might as well take it easy and sleep, because you're not doing anything. And it will leave you every time you sleep. Your spirit will leave you when you sleep because it needs a break, because you're not doing anything. And it wasn't designed to do that. It's designed to do something. So if you go to sleep, your spirit will leave every night in order to get a break from you.
Now, they do say now when you are asleep and resting that that's when your body really heals too, though.
It does. It gives the body a chance to recycle itself.
Yes. So maybe some people feel when they rest and sleep a lot that they are healing their bodies. Now, that might be an excuse for those out there. An excuse for those out there that's not doing much.
That's an excuse for trifling people. That's what it is. That's a trifling person's motto. I'm just resting, trying to heal myself. No, you're lazy.
But that's not necessarily so now. It depends on how long
you
they
want
rest.
To play devil's advocate over here. Okay, go ahead. No. Stay busy, whatever it is. You're not tired as you think you are. If you're doing something interesting, you notice that you will stop getting tired.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll forget about it. You'll be too busy to worry about being tired, and your energy level will go up. Your attention will go up. Your mind, your memory, and everything will be activated. The body wants to learn and wants to do.
Yeah, because I know I can be in the studio all night because that's my passion. That's what I love. So if I'm doing my music, I can perform all night. So if I'm doing what I love, that is my passion, then you're right. You don't get tired when you're doing that which you love.
So, my thing is, to all the listening audience, you must have a passion for something. Find something that you would do even if you didn't get paid for it. Find something you just enjoy doing. But that's what you were meant to do. Because everyone comes here with a gift.
Well, my passion, I want to get paid for it.
Yeah. You will. You do it well enough, you will get paid.
Yeah.
And so find something you love to do. And eventually, if you do it well enough, people will pay you to do it, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
I don't care how strange it is to you, but eventually someone, if you're really good at it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if it's your personal gift, you're going to put everything.
Your personal gift. Your spirit will put your whole body into it.
Yeah.
No matter how mundane you might think it is.
Yeah.
It's your gift.
Yeah.
So I stay busy, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. That's why I decided I've always been in the insurance business, and that's why I decided to even go back to work. I'm working now. Do some other things, of course, with my music, but it just broadens your mind. It broadens your ability to just create and do some other things because you are being busy. And you're right about that.
Yeah.
And that's something that we always say to our seniors, and we've said it over and over again. And that's why I love to stress about here's the life, and always say with my motto, as long as you can walk, talk, and breathe, you keep it moving. And that's what we try to do. So we always say out there to our seniors that whatever your passion is, whatever your dream is, don't think that because you're of age or someone makes you feel like you're old, that you don't need to keep it moving and keep doing what it is that fulfills that spirit and makes you whole. Because when you're dealing with your passion, it makes you whole. It makes you feel perfect, whole, and complete because you're doing that which you love.
Right, exactly. Because the universe,
it's just like with your building.
Yeah, the universe doesn't know anything about that. The universe.
You love the universe, don't you?
Yeah, that's where I came from. The mind does not recognize time. The universe doesn't recognize time. Because that's why anything that you're passionate about, if you think about it, your mind will take you right back to that moment, right back to that moment that you did it. and it'll affect you emotionally if you think about it long enough, because you'll be right back in that same situation. So it doesn't know about anything about time. So in that respect,
Well, it
you
knows
should
a little bit about time as fast as it's going.
uh, going back into the future.
Wow, because I mean, this time is rolling.
So whatever you thought I was thinking about, life has passed me by. I'm 60, 70, 80 years old, and I've always wanted to do this. I never got a chance to do it. It is never, ever too late to do anything you dreamed about doing.
I totally agree
That's,
with that.
so if I have to leave you with any message, believe that you can start tomorrow and rethink a passion or a dream that you had 20 years ago. Take it out of the drawer, dust it off, and go for it.
It might even make you younger.
It will make you younger.
Yeah.
Your energy level will go up. Your passion will go up. Your excitement about life give you a reason to get up in the morning and work on it day and night. Because trust me, you can do it. Doesn't matter what it is. You can do it at whatever age you think you are. Get out of that wheelchair, put that cane down, and go for it.
That's right. That's right. Because that's what life does for you. As we always say, you embrace life, and life will certainly embrace you back.
Yeah, well, those are kind of examples that we need to show our children. Don't just tell them. They need to watch you do that. They need to watch you get up at the age of 50 or 60 and go back to school. They need to watch you.
Yeah.
They need to and see you do that. Not talk to them and tell them, well, you ought to do this. You ought to no. Show me what you're doing. And then now you won't have to tell me anything, because what you do will speak so loudly. I can hear what you say.
That's what Yvonne did, Dr. Yvonne Gilly Wallace.
Yes.
Went back and got her doctrine. I mean, so you can. It doesn't. If that's what becomes. That's what makes you alive. That's what brings you alive when you go into yourself and find out what it is that you really and truly want to do, or what it is that you long to do and just hadn't done.
Like we always say, the person that you're looking for is looking for you.
It's right here.
Right. And you the person, he said, you the person you've always been looking for.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So,
Well, I want you to make sure that you join me on Facebook, that you like me on Facebook. And one of the things that we're still working on is my fundraiser, what we're doing, and join me at supportzemrah.com. And we are trying to still pull this level of funds up to make this make this CD, make it happen. Love is possible, and we know that love is possible. So we want you to support Zemrah, www.supportzemrah.com, and there's a message there just for you. And we just want to get to where we need to get so we can come out with this CD in February. That is our goal. And we're not going to stop until we make it happen. So we're here at IntellectualRadio.com every Tuesday, 6 to 7, with our Here's to Life segment. And we just talk about some love and treasuring life, and knowing that all you give is all you get, and just keeping it real, keeping it simple, and just loving the opportunity to be able to share our innermost feelings and maybe some others. So we got some other guests coming in soon too. We're going to have Dr. Stephanie Coleman come back and tell us a little bit about what happened with her conference a couple of months ago. I know it was dynamic, and then to share some of her ideas of the upcoming year for 2018 and what we need to be doing to grow our money. And
that's an amazing woman.
Yes, she is. Not allowing the past to define what she is in the future.
To realize and find out what she's been through, and to have the kind of spirit she has.
Oh my
anyway,
God. Oh my God.
It is remarkable.
She is. She's a real, she's what you call a real lady. Yeah. And an example of what you can, not allowing the past to create your future. She took everything and just made herself whole. And we bless her, Dr. Stephanie Coleman.
Success is the best revenge.
Yeah, that's what she is. So we're going to hopefully definitely get her back maybe within the next couple of weeks, definitely before the holidays really get into the meat of things. So right about now, we're going to hear one of my tunes, and we're going to be bringing some Christmas songs to you in the next couple of weeks.
Here comes Zemrah.
My funny Valentine, sweet cometh Valentine, you make me smile with your heart. Ooh, yeah. Your lips are laughable and photographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart? Don't you go and change, not a half for me. Not if you really care for me.
Stay, little Valentine, stay, stay, stay.
Won't you stay? Cause each day is Valentine today. Today, is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart, really smart? Now don't you go and change, not a half for me. Baby, 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 not if you really care for me. Stay, precious Valentine. Whoa, 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 whoa. Won't you stay? Cause each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine. Today. Yeah, we're back here at IntellectualRadio.com. Being so happy that Mr. Earl Winfrey gives us this foundation and this platform to be able to share with you our innermost thoughts every Tuesday. That's when Ed and I are here. And we were just on the break. We were just talking about people living their dreams and their passion and going on and doing their thing, because we're talking about these jobs. We're trying to work these jobs, and all we're doing is making these companies, building them. And then I was talking to a client today, and he was a postal worker, and he said that years. And now, they've taken his insurance away. They were paying for his insurance, health insurance. They took it away, and his wife don't have no insurance now. And it's just so. What do you do? I
People
mean,
just don't care.
no, they don't. So you wind up giving all of your time and efforts and building someone else's company. So if you've got a dream and can create and build your own company, then hey, step on out there and do it. Because what is that you just saw, Earl? The sign you got down in your
From my office.
yeah.
No, I got a sign on that says, "If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Yeah, I love that.
And if you're afraid of them, your God is too small."
That's right. Now yeah,
He said, "It must be because you're afraid. Why? What are you afraid of?
right.
When your God got your back
Yeah, and he
told
does.
and told you to go for it.
That's right.
Go for it."
That's right. I mean, that's what a lot of times I think people don't understand is they have these dreams, they have their passion, but they really are afraid to step out there.
I was going to have a thing about that. I was going to write a paper on that. About
We have got to have our panel, and we're going to do that
yeah,
one.
have
We're going to
that.
have our panel. We've had some great panel discussions about relationships, and coming into the new year, we're going to do some great things with that. We're going to go back to our format with our relationship and our and we're going to do a panel discussion at least once a
and
month.
no subject is off limits.
Right.
We talk about everything.
Yeah.
And the only requirement that you tell the truth.
Tell the truth, and of course, always keep within integrity.
Definitely.
So we definitely know that.
But the world is in the condition it is now. It's because of fear.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we say.
We let fear rule everything. We
Yeah.
fear our neighbors. We fear a stranger. We fear another country. We fear what they can do. Why are we always living in fear when there's only one species on the planet? And that's the human race.
Yeah.
There's no other race.
Hmm.
There are other cultures.
Yeah.
We eat differently, we have different clothes, but everything we have come from the same planet.
Yes.
So we have different cultures, but we only have one race. And if you get technical about it, there's only one DNA on the planet.
Yeah.
Because there's only one
Well,
of
we
us.
know you can always get technical, Ed.
There's only one of us, baby. I'm
That's what
telling
you do.
When eventually we're going to realize that, and we'll stop being afraid of each other.
Yeah.
Because that produces.
But I think we're afraid of ourselves. That's the problem. That's why if you really and truly examine yourself, the fear that you have within yourself stops you from growth, stops you from making happen in your life what you want to happen because you fear yourself.
They say, at least I've read this and I have it on my wall because I like motivational sayings that keep you reminded to keep.
Emmanuel does too. I think that's why
keeps you thinking positive all the time. It says, great minds think about ideas, and average minds always talking about events. They'll tell you everything about what went on, where, who did it, and all that stuff. Small minds spend their time talking about other people. So,
and not in a very positive way.
No,
that's why it's a small mind.
So pay attention to the conversation that you and your friends are having all the time. Is it about events? Is it about ideas that you're having for making something better?
Yes.
Or do you spend your time talking about other people?
Mm-hmm.
That will let you know what level your thinking is at. And maybe you might want to change your level of friends and the people that you contact with, because eventually you'll be judged by the books you read and the people that's in your circle of influence.
Yeah. But even with that, if you keep in mind where you are going, it all starts with you as the individual, as far as friendship, as far as how you treat people. Where are you going with your own being?
Well, that's the fear, because if I start looking at myself, that means I got to change. Because you seek, you will find. and think there's some things that you want to change that's wrong with you, then you're going to have to change. People don't like changing. So they always put the blame on somebody else. See that person there? They made me do this. If it wasn't for them, I would be here. Or I would have been successful if it wasn't for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they fired me or they took away my opportunity. But it's always somebody else.
Oh, yeah. So many times have we heard that.
And that gives them an excuse to be crippled and inability to move and do anything. It paralyzes you.
Mm-hmm.
So we are analysis of paralysis. You know, they talk about stuff all the time, but nobody's doing anything.
Mm-hmm. And it's so good. I think and I admire when people know and accept responsibility and acknowledge, hey, I didn't do that right, or I need to get up and do something.
That sounds it sounds practical. It sounds intelligent. It sounds like
Yeah.
something easy to do. But you'd be amazed at how many people will never ask themselves that question or never admit, you know, I've been doing the same thing I was doing 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm still in the same situation. Maybe it's not somebody else. Maybe it's me.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I
Since
need to
I'm
look
the
in the
only
mirror.
one in this situation all the time, the one constant in all my relationship is me. Maybe if I'm still in the same place, maybe it's me.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to change. I found that when you change the way you look at things, the things
We
you look
always
at
say they
will
change.
change.
And that's the way you got to look at it too. And I think again, people miss that.
Yeah, they do. It's a very simple thing. They say the truth is simple. The
Mhm.
answers to most of your problems are very simple. It's just that we don't want to do it.
Mhm.
He says a simple thing would be to avoid conflict in your life or any type of negativity. Tell the truth. You know how
Yes.
difficult that is
Yes.
for people to just tell the truth about how they feel about everything. They're afraid of what other people are going to say. Their fear kicks in.
Yes.
But what are you going to think about me if I tell you what I really think of you? If I tell you what I really think of me? If I consider the fact that telling you is none of my business?
That's right.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah, I need to work on me. So you cut the gossip. And once you start doing that, you'll notice that your friends will change because they'll stop telling you things because they know you don't gossip anymore.
Mhm.
Or they'll stop hanging out with you because you stop drinking.
That's right.
Or you stop doing drugs, or you stop backbiting and talking about other people because you won't go along the program because you stop doing that. So therefore, you find other people that will associate with you who don't do that. Or you wind up by yourself, or you have very few friends, which you don't need because a real friend, you only need one or two. Everybody else is just
Well, that's what we
fakes.
say that that associates are many, but friends are far and few.
Far and few. I got a lot of friends. No, you don't. You say you got people you know, but they're not your friend. You don't believe me? Test them.
Yeah.
Get in a jam. Get a find it when you got a real need and see who shows up.
Now that's the truth. That's the
Then you'll
truth
know who they are. We don't test people enough.
that
We
we
ex-
have in our lives.
We accept them for who they are and we believe whatever they tell us, but we don't test it.
But now you are supposed to pretty much accept people how
Oh,
they
you can
are,
accept them,
Ed.
but that don't mean you still got to test them. So I know where to put you. I'll know what you really like. You say, oh, you can trust me, but you haven't done anything trustworthy lately.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
how can you tell me, oh, you can trust me?
Yeah.
But you have to take all that with a grain of salt and say, well, let me test it. Will you be here tomorrow at 10:30? Yeah, sure, I'll be here. 10:30 come, he ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I tell? Well, I was gonna be here, but see what happened was,
11 o'clock.
see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
So now you can say whatever you want, but I already know I got a record that says I cannot trust you.
Or depend.
And we need to write that down. But we don't want to X anybody out of our lives. So we give them second chance,
And why do you think that is?
third chance,
And why?
fourth chance,
Yeah.
because we don't want to change. And we don't want to be alone. But once you have
Aha.
a spirit in your life, which is always your friend and been with you from day one, you're never alone.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit told me that one day when I was feeling sorry for myself. And I was having a little pity party just between me and me.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my room talking about all the things wrong in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And the spirit slapped me so hard
Really?
Popped me right upside. Said, "Excuse me, I've been hanging out with you for the last 30-something years, and you gonna tell me you are by yourself, and you don't recognize me at all? As long as I've been hanging with you, with your little ignorant self."
What an insult.
Insulted. And my pity party stopped that day.
I mean, literally. That happened.
Literally, I stopped being feeling sorry for
No,
any-
I said literally that you got jarred. The
That-
spirit absolutely.
slapped me hard, like my grandfather would do. If you do something
Really?
wrong, they hit you upside your head and say, "Excuse me, you gonna insult me to my face after I've been hanging with your little dumb stuff all these years, trying to correct you and stay with you and everything. You gonna see you now? You say you alone?
Wow.
It was amazing. It was a wake up call, a wake up moment. We would call what Oprah said, the aha moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
He said, okay. He said, okay. He said, now don't you ever say you alone. People out there in the world, you ain't got no friends. You don't need these people. You got you. You are created by God. You create stuff for them. You the creator. You need something? You don't need anything. You need a mind wake up. That's what you need. Because everything that's in this world came from you. Everything you got on came from you. Everything in this world was created by you. So what are you talking about? So you alone? It slapped me. I got a headache. Oh, I ain't had a headache since.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't had a headache. They said, well,
I didn't know that.
Ed doesn't care about anything. Ed don't take that stuff seriously. You want to do something, get up and do it. If you don't, keep talking. I ain't got to listen to you.
Yeah.
But I know that love is an action word. If you loving somebody, you working like crazy. If you ain't doing nothing, you just talking.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we always say that.
That's just like a leader always say, "I'm a leader. I'm talking." It's but if anybody following you, just taking a walk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We have to start dealing with life factually.
Okay.
Factually means, is this doing me any good? Is this working for me? Forget the right and wrong. Right and wrong, say it doesn't exist. Does it work for you? Is it producing positive results for the people involved? If it is not, we need to get rid of it and stop doing it and do something different. I don't care who's in your life. If it ain't working, it ain't giving you the feeling that you want, you need to move on. And if you don't,
And that's so hard for people to do too.
impossible, no.
Mm-hmm. No, not
Difficult,
impossible.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But we always should be doing difficult things. Look for the difficult things. Do the difficult thing first. Get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Do the difficult thing. If it hurts and there's pain involved, trust me, pain is just a signal saying something's wrong. You can tolerate the pain until you correct the problem.
There you go.
You can do that. Trust me, you can do it. You've got the ability to do it. You just ain't pushed yourself hard enough yet.
Yes.
You need to try to do that.
Wow. Well, what we're going to do right now is we want you to make sure that you join me on Facebook, like me on Facebook.
I like it.
And I'm so happy about that. And go to www.supportzemrah.com. It's a message there for you. And go to Yahoo, Zemrah1 at yahoo.com, and just see if you have any special ideas for our show, or just say, make a comment. We'd appreciate it. Again, we're here at IntellectualRadio.com, waiting on our caller that should be calling shortly. Emmanuel I hear the sax man calling. I hear the sax man blowing. blowing all over this town. Blow, blow. Yeah. Listen to the sax man. Hear what he plays. Listen to the sax man. Just take you away. Listen to the sax man blowing. Blow, 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 blow. Ooh, have mercy. I hear the sax man coming. I hear the sax man blowing. Blow, 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 blow. All over this town. Come on now. Saxman comes just once in a while. Saxman turns this town upside down. Listen to the sax man play. Cause sax man plays all over this town. Sax man turns the town upside down. Saxman coming. I hear the saxman blowing. Listen to the saxman loud and clear. Saxman, you blow, boy. Listen to the saxman. Blow, 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 blow. Take me away. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mommy, she's so fine. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, then you will spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But until that morning comes, there is nothing to trouble you with mommy and daddy standing by. Summertime and your living's made comfortable. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high, high, high. Oh, God is rich and your mommy, she's so fine. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing, then you will spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But until that morning comes, there is nothing gonna trouble you with mommy and daddy standing by. Hey, we're back at IntellectualRadio.com, loving sharing, and we're just waiting on Emmanuel Pugh, who we call Memnon, the warrior.
The undefeated MMA fighter.
Yeah, so we're waiting on him to call us. Hopefully he gets an opportunity to. He is doing a lot of training because this fight coming up on Friday at the Blue Chip Casino is really big.
Mhm.
So he's a focused young man, so he might be doing his focus. So if we don't get a chance to talk to him before this fight, we certainly will get an opportunity to afterwards, after he does that win.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're going to talk just briefly a little bit before our segment is over about Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving to you is how it was back in the day as to what it is now. Like we said earlier, how people go from Halloween. I was talking to someone, they were saying they love Thanksgiving, and how do you go from Thanksgiving from Halloween and then just go right into Christmas, setting up for Christmas. And it's, like I said earlier, it seems like Thanksgiving gets lost. So how would you say, I remember how wonderful Thanksgiving was when my mom and dad were living, and how it was back in the day as to what it is now.
Well, I think it's everything has been commercialized. It's commercialized, materialized, and I guess back in the day things were a little more spiritual because we didn't have a whole lot of anything. We just enjoyed getting the family together. There was a time when the whole family could get together, the children, the grandparents, the uncles, everybody the house was an open house for everybody to come visit and enjoy a meal. Food has a way of bringing people together.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the most important thing of it, was to coming together of the people to each other's house, and the warmth and the appreciation we have for one another. And we didn't worry about, fancy decorations or, furniture. We just enjoyed being together, and the food was spectacular. I come from New Orleans, so I I had a ball. The food was absolutely superb. The shrimp and the seafood and the crawdads and things. Oh man, I loved it as a kid. I remember sitting underneath the China ball tree, used to call it, eating boiled shrimp that was spicy. Me and my uncle.
And you were how old?
I was about 7.
Really?
Yeah, we were sitting on each
So now that's why I know you're such a seafood guy. At 7, you started using seafood?
Yeah, everybody
Well, I
did.
guess New Orleans, yeah.
Yeah, everybody. So it was cracking crabs and whatnot. It was a great best time of my life. Um, and that's what Thanksgiving should be. You should be thankful that you can give. That's why you should be able to give without reservation, because you know the law of the universe says be a cheerful giver. Why? Because it comes back to you.
Well, for Thanksgiving, you're not. You're giving. I would say probably more of
You know,
yourself.
that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Is giving of yourself and your house and your home to friends and family.
'Cause that's what we do.
Yeah, so that's the most important part about it, I mean, that we should honor that spirit.
Hmm.
And I think the spirit is lost, which is why people don't appreciate it as much. So they pass over anything spiritual and go straight to the material. We go straight to Halloween, we go straight to Christmas. Christmas has nothing to do with spirit nowadays. They took Christ out of Christmas. And now it's all about what's on sale and what new toy can you get and buy yourself. That's all the TV is about. That's all the television. The only message you're going to get is go buy something. It has nothing to do with saving your soul from anything.
That's true.
Or that someone came into the world to give you out past death, which is really important, but we don't even concentrate on that.
Well, Thanksgiving sometimes, well, the holiday season can be, sometimes a downer for people because they don't really have anywhere to go. It's a lady that when I'm walking to the office, it's a lady that, and she seems like she's very, very happy-go-lucky, matter of fact, but she's sitting up on the sidewalk against this pole, and she's just, and it's freezing cold, and she's just la di da. I mean, it's just like this is where she needs to be. She was there this summer, and just sitting there. She's bundled up now that it's winter, and she's just sitting there, and it just seems like that can be kind of if you're a person like I am, you realize and you acknowledge, and that's when you really and truly look and you count your blessings. But it's like, people the holiday season can be very, very hard on people also.
Well, the reason it's hard, I believe, is because of the expectation.
I knew you was going to say that.
Things don't really bother you unless you expect certain things.
Yeah.
People can hurt you unless you expect them to do better.
Yeah.
You expect them to treat you better. You expect them to be grateful or honest. You expect it. And when you don't get it, you're disappointed.
Oh, absolutely.
And you are hurt. But if you study people over the past few centuries, we are evolving as a people. You don't take this stuff personally. The universe does not scold you like that. They treat you as children. The rest of the galactic world and other planets that you don't believe exist regard us as children. And we are children. And you don't take a child seriously if they do something wrong, because you know they are growing. They're evolving into what they should be. The same attitude towards your brothers and sisters. Yeah, they treated you wrong and said the wrong thing, but they're growing. God is not finished with them yet. Mm-hmm. So you can forgive them, for they know not what they do. They'll be all right after a while, but right now they're in kindergarten. Mm-hmm. Don't get mad at them for just because you're in first grade and you look down on them because they're in kindergarten, because you were in kindergarten last year.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true.
So that's the level of the way you should look at your fellow man. They are different levels of development, and they are actually just a different expression of you. That's why you should do unto others as you would do unto yourself, because they are you in another form, in another spirit, in another expression of you. So that's hard to wrap your head around, that somebody else is the same as I mean, but that's the biological truth. Because what made them made you.
Oh, absolutely.
So you are all brothers and sisters in the same universe, on the same planet, in the same city, on the same time, breathing the same air. These are your people. So yeah, they might talk differently, or they might, you know, not have the kind of respect for you or whatever that you expect, or they might go off on you. Had a young man go off on me on the street. You don't even know me.
Well,
Oh, this was about a month or so ago.
oh,
I said, you said, you children need to get out the street. You don't tell us what to do. Oh, you know, we go where we want to go, old man.
oh, really?
Yeah. So now I'm realizing this guy is ignorant, or he doesn't know. So back in the day, that would never happen. When I grew up, children respected their elders. If you saw a guy older than you had to, because all he would do is tell the other elders, and he would tell the other elder, and the other elder would tell his father.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know. We talked on that subject. We know
And
that.
because that level of disrespect would not ever happen.
Mhm.
We had control of our neighborhoods and control of our children. Now, children are almost on the verge of child abuse because nobody tells them anything. Which means that when they grow up, they're gonna have a hard time communicating. They're gonna have a hard time getting friends, getting a job, because you lack the nerve or the courage to teach them what they should do. They're totally out of control. They had no respect for elders, and you can't tell them anything.
Wow.
So that's, to me, I say that's child abuse. You're not teaching your child what they need to know, so that's your fault. I'm not going to fight the child. The child's only doing what he was told to do, or what he was taught, or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
So the most important thing you can do is to teach a child the way it must go.
Oh, yeah. We always say that in our segment when we're talking about young people.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why everything is out of control these days. But you don't get angry about it and talk about it like, talk about it. That's just what it is. And what can you do to change it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were talking about Thanksgiving and being grateful for what you do have, and for those that might be struggling or going through. We just pray and ask that you know that God will see you through whatever depression, whatever you might be feeling. If you're homeless, just know that just don't give up. There are shelters out here. Plenty of the stores are doing boxes of food. They're doing boxes of clothing. So the best thing that you can do is to, kind of keep your eyes open for, Jewels is collecting food boxes, and a lot of your stores are doing that. But we want you to make sure that, that help is out there if you just, if you seek it.
Don't give up. Never, ever, ever
Don't
give
allow
up.
depression to, because people are depressed about a lot of things, and right around this time of year, people really are depressed.
All they need, let me tell you, to a cure for depression is to see someone in worse shape than you.
There you go.
Well,
'Cause there is always somebody worse off.
no matter what, I don't have any, I'm sick, my rent's due, my car's broke down, payday is not until next week, Christmas is here and I don't have any money. If you want the universe to bless you, or you want your life to change, be grateful for what you have. I don't care if it's a half a fork and one pair of shoes. If you thank the universe, or you thank God for what you've got, you'll get more.
Oh, absolutely.
Because anyone who gives you something would really appreciate a thank you.
Mhm.
It's no different from anybody else. If you've got life and breath in your body, you woke up this morning. Thank you.
Mhm.
If you said thank you, just what? You're going to get some more.
That's right.
You get some more breath. You might get some more of anything else that you think you've got to have. but you really don't, because if you don't have it, you're still here,
Mm-hmm.
and you're still existing, you're still alive. So if you don't have it, that don't mean you got to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But be grateful for what you have. That's how you get anything. I don't care what it is. Don't complain. Work towards what you want, and have faith that it will happen. And stop uh, complaining about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Stop
just
being
say,
a non-believer.
say thank you.
Yeah.
And say, oh, I only got a half a sandwich today. Thank you. Don't say, oh, no, that ain't enough. That's ungrateful. If you be thankful and vigilant over little things, you'll be in charge of big things. Easy.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
you show gratitude towards what you already had.
Mm-hmm.
Same way with family, same way with friends. You know, my wife don't do this, she don't do that, my husband don't do that. But you married them, and they in your life, be grateful. Maybe if you treated the person better, they would be better.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the person you want them to be is in there somewhere, you can't bring it out. Maybe
Right.
it's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
And they will be better if you act better.
Yeah.
So it's basically everything comes around to you. You change, the world changes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what we're waiting on, because this world is in a world of trouble now. I'm in a world of trouble.
I
Yeah, we
don't
got
know what to do.
Yeah. So we really and truly, we're hoping and praying that 2018 will, back there in the White House, we got to hope
No,
and pray that
please.
we have some changes for 2018 for real.
No.
You're joining Zemrah and Ed here at Intellectual Radio. We're just talking just from the heart and soul, and really and truly hoping and praying. Look like we're not going to get Emmanuel on the phone this evening, but hopefully we'll get him back when he wins this fight on Friday
I hope
at
the boy
the
didn't get knocked out or
Blue
anything.
Chip Casino on Friday evening. You know, Emmanuel is a very focused young man. We always say that. So he's one. He's not a senior, but he knows how to stay focused and keep it moving. As long as he can walk, talk, and breathe, that's what he's gonna do. Stay focused and keep it moving.
Baby.
And that's an example of someone with a real passion. And he's not gonna stop until he becomes that pro. I mean, get that pro of everything. So we are wishing you happy Thanksgiving out there. We wish you a lot of blessings, and keep your eyes open for my new CD, my new holiday CD called Christmas Cheer. Lyrics written by the lovely Pamela Wilkes, Christmas Cheer. And I did the melody. So we've got the arrangement by Pierre Pollard. And it'll be a great CD. So we look forward to it being at my show December 3rd. At Buddy Gallery. So we hope to see you there, 700 South Wabash at 5:15 to 6:30, and then 6:30, 6:45 to 8 p.m. We're going to be doing some jazzy Christmas holiday songs for you. So bringing back music. When music is music, that's what I love to do. And I definitely am a ballad girl. So we got some good stuff for you that evening. So hope to see you there at Buddy Guys on the 3rd of December. But we'll be back. We'll see you next Tuesday. A lot of love. And again, happy Thanksgiving. Good evening to you.
Peace and blessings. Remember,
I got it right. I learned to open the universe and ask just what is it worth to have a not to have the love of your life. And it said to me, you better get right. What a joy it used to be in harmony, just letting love flow free and not